Today might be one of the big days for Palantir. The Pentagon just dropped something massive. They finally did it. And this could push the Palantir price to new heights. Analysts are dropping their signals. One analyst leaked Palantir price for next week. A potential 100 times push might be possible. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir just reminded everyone why it's the king of AI stocks. A few days ago, the price took a little dip, cooling off around the mid-80s. And for a moment, investors were holding their breath. Some even started to panic, thinking the hype was fading. But just like that, Palantir flipped the script. Today, the stock came roaring back, climbing fast and even pushing into the 90s again. The energy completely shifted. Fear turned into excitement, hesitation into confidence. The bullish momentum is real, and analysts aren't holding back either. Big signals are dropping, and the sentiment is stronger than ever. And just to add fuel to the fire, one analyst stepped in and broke down exactly what's happening on the charts. He pointed out a strong bullish engulfing pattern, showing how buyers completely took control. Not only that, but the stock just closed back above a key moving average, a big sign that momentum is shifting up again. Now there's real potential for this to keep climbing and fill that higher gap. The technicals are lining up perfectly. Everything about this chart is screaming bullish, and if this momentum keeps up, we could be in for another big run. And here's the thing. Before we dive deeper, did you know something huge just happened today? Remember all the buzz and speculation about Palantir possibly landing a deal with the Pentagon? Or even getting involved with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency? Well, guess what? The Pentagon just dropped a massive bombshell about this. Curious about what they revealed? Don't worry, I'll break it all down later in the video. But first, another solid info has just been dropped. One analyst just pointed out that Palantir has found solid support way up in the clouds and looks primed to push even higher, potentially aiming for an all-time high. But here's the thing. While the momentum is strong, smart traders are watching carefully. If this stock holds above 85 by the end of the month, we could be looking at a serious move toward $125 in the coming weeks. The setup is there, the charts are flashing green, and if this plays out, things could get very exciting. And if that wasn't enough to fuel the hype, another analyst just broke down how Palantir's technology is straight up changing the game for companies trying to boost efficiency. One of the biggest highlights, its partnership with Parexel is making serious waves in healthcare. We're talking massive reductions in delays, better accuracy, and a way smoother decision-making process during critical trial phases. Instead of relying on slow manual methods, Palantir's Foundry and AIP are turning clinical data management into a cutting-edge AI-powered machine. This means faster approvals, quicker safety analyses, and a real impact on getting new therapies to market faster than ever before. And here's where it gets interesting. If Palantir can bring this kind of efficiency to healthcare, what's stopping it from doing the same for, say, government operations? Could this be exactly the kind of tech Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency needs? The idea isn't far-fetched, and if a deal like that ever happens, you can bet the stock would skyrocket. With all this momentum, the long-term potential here is looking stronger by the day. Investors are watching closely, and if Palantir keeps proving itself like this, the upside could be huge. Now here's the crazy part. Speaking of partnerships, the Pentagon just dropped an absolute bombshell that could send Palantir's stock flying to new heights. After all the speculation, it's finally happening. Palantir has officially teamed up with the U.S. Army for Project Convergence Capstone, a massive military initiative focused on bringing cutting-edge technology into modern warfare. And let's be real, when the Pentagon starts leaning on your tech, you know you're playing in the big leagues. This whole project is about making the military faster, smarter, and more connected. Palantir's software is at the core of it, acting as the digital backbone that links everything together. From AI-driven intelligence to real-time battlefield tracking, it's giving the Army a serious edge. Imagine soldiers, commanders, and entire units all seeing the same live updates, instantly adjusting strategies, and making rapid-fire decisions with pinpoint accuracy. That's the level of efficiency we're talking about. And it doesn't stop there. Palantir's platform is also transforming how military forces track targets, manage resources, and even execute missions in high-risk zones. It's taking battlefield coordination to an entirely new level, ensuring the Army stays ahead in the modern era of warfare. But here's where things get really interesting. With Palantir proving its worth on the military side, what does this mean for other government sectors? If its technology can streamline battlefield operations, Couldn't it also bring that same efficiency to, say, Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency? It's not a stretch to think Palantir could land an even bigger deal down the road. And if that happens, well, let's just say the stock price would be looking at a whole new level. And here's what's really exciting. One analyst also made a bold prediction about where Palantir's price could be heading. He believes this stock has the potential to explode 100 times from where it is right now. That's not just a little growth, that's life-changing. According to him, Palantir isn't just another tech company. It's on track to become the foundation of Western civilization itself, scaling at a speed no one's fully grasping yet. And if that's the case, then this stock is still in its early days. The real run? It might just be getting started. Now, let's connect the dots. With Palantir locking in major government deals, like this massive partnership with the US Army, the fundamentals are only getting stronger. This isn't hype. This is real-world adoption, proving that Palantir's tech is becoming an essential part of critical operations. When you have the Pentagon relying on your software for national defense, you know you've built something powerful. And analysts are already eyeing the next big move. Some are predicting that Palantir's price could surge even higher next week, riding the momentum of these game-changing deals. If 100 times growth is really on the table, we're talking about a future where Palantir is sitting at 900 per share. That's the kind of move that doesn't just make headlines. It creates millionaires. Think about what that means. People who invest now could see their entire financial future transform. Palantir itself is changing the AI game, but in the process, it might just change lives too. Looking at the long-term picture, it's becoming clearer by the day. Palantir is gearing up for a future that could be absolutely massive. And to really grasp just how big this could get, let's take a moment to reflect on what one of Palantir's architects recently said in a tweet. He laid it out in the simplest yet most powerful way. AI isn't just a tool, it's becoming a new labor force. He explained that with AI and Palantir, we're essentially creating a brain, one that can think, process, and execute tasks just like human workers. And here's the key part. This AI brain isn't just assisting labor, it's becoming labor itself. This is a shift unlike anything we've seen before. Now connect that to where Palantir stands today. This isn't some distant, futuristic concept. Palantir is already proving how its AI-driven platforms can revolutionize industries, from healthcare to military defense. It's securing major government contracts, integrating AI into real-world operations, and making companies run way more efficiently. This isn't just about making businesses smarter. It's about redefining how work itself gets done. And the market is starting to wake up to this reality. With Palantir's stock already gaining momentum and major analysts eyeing even bigger price targets, this could just be the beginning of something historic. If AI truly becomes the next great labor force, and Palantir remains at the center of it all, we could be looking at a company that's not just valuable, it's essential. And when a stock becomes essential, that's when things get really exciting. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you're curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video. Something big happened with Palantir today, and people are not ready for this. Apparently, millions of Palantir shares have been bought, but Wall Street just stepped in and dropped some bombshells. The Department of Justice might actually go on to something. Is this the start of something big for Palantir? Or is this something else? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir is showing some real strength, proving that it's not easily shaken. Yesterday's dip had some people worried when it slipped to the low 80s, but instead of staying down, it fought back, climbing its way up and settling comfortably in the mid-80s. That kind of resilience isn't something you see every day, especially in a market that's always shifting. At first, there was a lot of skepticism. Was this just a temporary bounce? Would it come crashing down again like so many others before it? A lot of people expected it to fumble, but Palantir didn't flinch. It held steady, refusing to lose momentum, and that sent a strong message: it's here to stay. And just like that, the whole vibe changed. The uncertainty faded, and confidence started building. Now, instead of questioning whether Palantir can hold its own, people are recognizing what just happened. This wasn't a fluke or a lucky break. This was a statement. But here's the crazy part. Something even bigger just happened today, and it could send Palantir soaring even higher. It looks like millions of Palantir shares have been bought back, and that's absolutely wild. This kind of move doesn't happen every day, and it could be a game changer for the stock's momentum. I'll break down all the details later in the video, so make sure to stick around. But first, here's where things get even crazier. Palantir just landed a massive partnership, and it could be a total game changer. Samsung, one of the biggest names in tech, has been dealing with some serious struggles in its chip-making business. Production issues, competition heating up, and just not hitting the quality they need. But guess who they're turning to for help? Palantir. That's right. Samsung is reportedly bringing in Palantir's AI-driven tech to fine-tune its entire process, and that's a huge deal. For those who don't know, Palantir isn't just another software company. It's an absolute beast when it comes to AI and data. It helps companies and government agencies sift through insane amounts of information, spotting patterns, and making everything run smoother. And now, reports out of South Korea say Samsung is using Palantir's AI to boost its chip production, improve quality, and fix efficiency problems. And here's why this is a big deal. Semiconductor companies do not share their manufacturing data. It's like a closely guarded secret. But if this report is true, Samsung is trusting Palantir with some of its most sensitive information, which speaks volumes about just how powerful Palantir's tech really is. Oh, and timing-wise? This couldn't be more interesting. Samsung just hit the brakes on its next-gen chip plans, likely to fix the issues with its current tech. And now, with Palantir in the mix, this could be the moment that changes everything. This news sent the Palantir community into full-on bullish mode. People were already excited about the stock holding strong, but this just added fuel to the fire. And you know what? Even Wall Street is starting to take notice. Yep, analysts are weighing in, and what they're saying is definitely worth paying attention to. I'll break it all down in a bit, but first, let's talk about one particularly bold prediction that came straight out of this wave of bullishness. One analyst is now speculating that Palantir is about to hit a major milestone, its first billion-dollar revenue quarter, and not sometime in the distant future. He believes it's happening soon. If that turns out to be true, it's a massive deal. It would mark a whole new era for Palantir, proving that its AI-driven business isn't just growing, it's scaling up fast. This kind of number wouldn't just impress investors, it would completely shift how the market views Palantir. Instead of being seen as just a promising AI company, it would officially enter the big leagues, standing shoulder to shoulder with the giants of the tech world. And considering how Palantir has been racking up high-profile deals lately, this prediction isn't coming out of nowhere. The momentum is there, the demand for AI is only getting bigger, and now even Wall Street is starting to connect the dots. And here's something massive. One of Palantir's biggest deals yet was just revealed today. The U.S. Department of Justice has decided to award Palantir a contract on a sole source basis. That means no competition, no bidding war, just a direct deal with Palantir. And that's huge. Now, the exact contract amount hasn't been disclosed, but let's be real. This is the DOJ we're talking about. When government agencies like this hand out contracts, they don't play small. This could be a multi-year, multi-million-dollar agreement, maybe even bigger. And the fact that they're choosing Palantir outright, without considering other options, that says a lot about the trust and reliance they have on Palantir's tech. For Palantir, this is another major stamp of approval from the U.S. government. These kinds of deals don't just bring in revenue. They strengthen Palantir's position as a must-have partner for high-level government operations. And if Wall Street was already getting bullish, this news is only going to send things into overdrive. A contract like this doesn't just boost short-term earnings. It solidifies Palantir as a critical player in AI-driven government work. And when a company keeps landing deals at this level, the market takes notice. If investors were already eyeing a major breakout, this might be the push that sends Palantir's price soaring. And here's what's even crazier. Wall Street just stepped in. Jefferies attended Palantir's AI platform customer event. And let's just say, they walked away very impressed. They got a front-row seat to real-world case studies showing just how much Palantir's tech is transforming businesses. The kind of efficiency, cost savings, and insights Palantir delivers? It's next level. But here's the catch. Jefferies thinks all this bullish momentum is already priced into the stock. They're looking ahead a couple of years and saying Palantir's valuation is running hot. Their rating? Not exactly glowing. They slapped an underperform on it, with a price target sitting around $60. Now, that's where things get interesting. On one hand, Palantir is clearly proving its value in the real world. But on the other, Wall Street is still playing it cautious. acting like the stock has already climbed too much. But here's the thing. When a company keeps landing massive contracts and proving its AI is a game changer, those estimates can shift fast. So while Jefferies might be skeptical for now, the real question is how long before Wall Street has to rethink its stance? But wait, this gets even more exciting. It looks like the Palantir team isn't stepping back at all. If anything, they're doubling down. Palantir just made a bold move, and it's something that speaks volumes. They bought back their own shares. And not just a few. We're talking hundreds of thousands of shares, totaling nearly $20 million. That's not just a routine buyback. That's a statement. Companies don't spend that kind of money on their own stock unless they believe it's undervalued. It's basically Palantir saying, yeah, we see what's happening, and we know we're worth even more. And guess what? The market responded in a big way, sending the stock up by a whopping 17%. Now put this together with everything else going on. The DOJ just handed Palantir a major contract. Wall Street is finally starting to take notice, even if they're playing cautious for now. And on top of that, Palantir itself is making moves that scream confidence. All of this is setting up a moment where the market might have to rethink its stance on Palantir. Because when a company is locking in big government deals, wowing customers with real-world AI results, and buying back its own stock at this level, it's hard to ignore what's coming next. And looking at the long term, it's starting to feel like Palantir has a very bright future ahead. And you don't just have to take my word for it. Wall Street is finally waking up to this reality. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives just made a massive call. He believes Palantir is on track to become a trillion-dollar company in the next few years. Yeah, trillion, not billion. That's the level of growth we're talking about here. Now, if that actually happens, it's not just a win for the company, it's life-changing for investors. A stock that makes that kind of leap doesn't just go up a little. It creates millionaires. It turns small investments into generational wealth. And for those who got in early and held through the noise, that kind of growth could be the ultimate reward. Palantir has already proven its AI is game-changing. It's locking in massive government contracts. It's partnering with some of the biggest names in the world. And now, even Wall Street is starting to see just how big this could get. The question is, who's paying attention before it happens? But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.